Rihanna Luna, and today's date is November 11th, 2018, and I'm going to be showing you one of the experiments we did for week 2 in microbiology. So the first experiment I'm going to explain is the bacterial dilution and plate count experiment. So this experiment took a total of about 4 days, 3 to 4 days, I would say. And the first thing that we had to do was pour agar plates into our little plates. We poured agar, and I created 6 plates here. And we had to let those sit for an hour before even pouring any bacteria or putting any growth microorganisms on the agar. So the first part of the experiment was we had to get 6 test tubes, which is shown here, and we had to label the test tubes 10 through 6. So each test tube has a 1 through 6 number, and we created a dilution experiment by using diluted water. We used the microorganism yeast, and what we did is the original tube, which was 10-1, this had 0.25 of the yeast from the actual mixture of the yeast, creation of the yeast, and each tube actually, so let me take a step back. So each tube had 2.5 mLs of diluted water, and we had added 0.25 mLs of the yeast into the first tube. And so we let that tube sit, and then we would take 0.25 from the first tube and put it into the 2.5 diluted water of the second tube. And so we would do that step all the way through tube 6. So by the time I got to tube 6, the dilution of the yeast was very diluted versus compared to the first tube that we had. So after we did that mixture, we would take the tube 1 and match it with the tube or the plate 1, and we would drop 4 drops. I think it came out to 0.125 mLs of the diluted solution with the yeast in it, and we would pour 4 drops into the agar plates. The next step was to let them sit for 12 hours and then invert the agar plates, turn them upside down for an additional 24 to 36 hours. So I will show you guys, move this out of the way, the plates here. So they are in order 1, 2, 3. I'll turn them over. 5 had the most growth, awkwardly. There's 6 here. So yeah, so here's plate 1, and as you can see on plate 1, there's a growth. It's just very, in the lighting, you have to really look at it. There is growth. It's just too many to count. And then they become more CFUs, like I would say 4 through 6. And so that completed this experiment, and we did some calculations that were given in our lab assistant's report, and yeah, that completes the dilution and plate count lab.